Welcome back to the Yankees Dynasty, and we begin the month of July with looking back at the month of June. Tomoyuki Sugano just came over from the NPB, winning the Sawamura Award. The NPB's equivalent of the Cy Young is the June pitcher of the month, and as you can see, he is preventing runs for the most part this season and picking up W's for the first place Baltimore Orioles. 21 strikeouts in 6 starts, under 1 ERA. Riley Green in Detroit is mashing the baseball. 18 home runs, 54 RBIs, 282 for the season. Batting .361 within, I'm going to assume these are usually about 10-game stretches. Absolutely trying to will this Detroit Tigers team into the playoffs. They're currently in 4th place in their own division, but he is holding up his end of the bargain. And Carlos Narvaez, how in the hell did he win Rookie of the Month with 2 RBI in a month? Jason Dominguez is out here cooking. When are we going to stop the Dominguez disrespect? Nonetheless, let's move to the National League. Rookie of the Month for the Cardinals is Mike Antico, a center fielder from Jersey. Not too bad numbers actually. .317 average. Just doing his thing in the outfield. I don't think he's replacing anybody in the outfield as of right now. I haven't looked at the Cardinals roster that much, but hey, keep doing your thing, young man. Speaking of young to me because I'm older than him, Manny Machado, Player of the Month. 18 home runs, 48 RBIs. He is batting .375 in the last 10 or so games. The Padres are just sitting behind 3 teams in the National League West that just are better than them. It just goes without saying. And of course, Zach Wheeler is on pace to probably win the Cy Young. Zach Wheeler seems to always be in the running for the Cy Young every single year. He has been good, if not great, every single year he has been here in Philly, and he's continuing that success, going 7, 8 innings, getting complete games, shutting teams out. I mean, we play them at some point in the season. Let's take a look at some of the struggling players in the minors. Cameron Eden, .094 batting average. Andrew Landry, not pitching too terribly with 25 2/3 innings with a .386 ERA. That's pretty average, honestly. Clayton Beater, struggling himself. 11 walks in 20 1/3 innings of work. Tyler Matzik, who's I believe is really on the New York Yankees roster, at least the 26-man roster, a .77 ERA, punching out 9 batters in 11 2/3 innings. We're going to send Landry up just to get some work in AAA. Chase Hampton is a guy I could call up if the pitching rotation just completely starts to fall apart. We will move him up to AA, as we do need to fill in the back portion of the rotation for some of these teams. As we take a look at our matchup against the Toronto Blue Jays, the last place Toronto Blue Jays, tie ball game, bases loaded situation. Trent Grisham cannot come up with a base hit. I believe he is pinch hitting
catcher
for maybe Dominguez? I'm not even sure. Alejandro Kirk, 176 runners in scoring position. Not good. I can't really talk because Jazz Chisholm is batting even worse as our leadoff man, but he is going to get struck out by Carlos Rodon. Andres Jimenez, not having a very good season despite getting traded here and being relatively coveted, but he will bloop this one into center field as, okay, the situation is Grisham is in because Bellinger has been pulled off. The Blue Jays will lead 1-0. His 18th double at about the halfway point of this season. Ernie Clement smashes this in the left, and Dominguez is going to chase it down and make the catch to end the 4th. The starter comparison. Both guys are not giving up very many hits through the 4 innings that they have pitched. Both of them have walked, I'd say, a decent amount of guys. 3 strikeouts each of them. 2 guys who are considered top of the tier in most teams' rotations, unless you're the Dodgers. Ground ball to third from Volpe. The second back to first. That was a disappointing double play, even though we advanced the runner to third. Judge, probably per usual, is going to be asked to drive in a run, and he has done a good job this season, really for his career. .317 this season. Going to lay off a split finger fastball on the outside corner. And then he's going to take this fastball, hit it to right, but it is not going to land on the grass, and hits it to George Springer for the out. And we do end up losing this one. We shouldn't be losing to the Blue Jays. They are not playing very well this season. I mean, Gaussman is good, so sometimes you're going to run into an ace, and that's just going to be the situation. Now, as you know, I have this franchise on 30-team control. So I make all the trades for all the teams, and I am trying to make some of them as fair as possible. Jason Hayward, 35 years old. While he can field, he just isn't hitting for the Padres, and the Padres are really looking for a jolt. So they're going to send probably a one-trick pony, Matt Waldron. That's a little disrespectful to say, as I do admire knuckleballers. And Wandy Peralta, I believe they are going to be on the move, and I think they're going back east. Peralta used to play for the Yankees and actually was one of our better left-handed relievers. I'm surprised we just didn't bring him back. I always liked him. I like this pitch mix. So the Orioles are going to send Cedric Mullins their way. The Padres need some power, and the Baltimore Orioles are rumored to they're not really going to extend Mullins, despite having an all-star year at one point, and they're going to release Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton is 41 years old and just absolutely falling apart. You've even seen him play against the Yankees and get his ass handed to him, and they're going to give Heston Kjerstad the opportunity to play. He's only played 9 games, and it's, put up or shut up at this point for him. And I think the Orioles can afford to do this, as they do have the talent around him, and they're not asking Kjerstad to really be that guy. You got Gunnar Henderson, you got Adley Rutschman, you've got some guys there that you can rely on, and hopefully Kjerstad ends up taking advantage, maybe at the bottom of the lineup, not number 3 as you saw there. Alejandro Kirk, please don't be a big baby about flying out, dude. It was like the first inning. Chill out. As Max Fried is the player of the game, 8 strong innings. It's like he is unflappable. He goes out there, pitches 7, 8 innings regularly, and he might be in the running for the Cy Young at this very moment. Granted, it's halfway through the season, and wait, we might have another trade on their hands. Now, the Pirates, I know they're not one to make big moves, especially not for money, but they're going to make a move that I think makes some sense. Spencer Horwitz is fine, but the Pirates aren't too far out of a playoff spot, and Yandy Diaz doesn't cost that much. So they're going to move Derek Hall, a guy who used to hit for some power, kind of fallen on hard times in the last couple of years, and struggling outfielder Jack Sawinski, a guy that I've seen Pirates fans that I know say, like, he don't need to be playing, and his batting average is really saying that. The Rays don't mind making this move because, well, again, he doesn't cost that much, and he has some pop in his bat. Maybe they can revive that, especially as we don't know if they're going to be going back to the Trop anytime soon. Steinbrenner Field is kind of built for, guys who can pull the ball as left-handed hitters. Aaron Judge doesn't have this problem, but he will pull this one to third, and in the top of the 8th inning, he will at least advance the runner on second. I believe that was Jazz Chisholm, who probably was on the move running, stealing as a matter of fact. And it's Austin Wells. Gets a fastball, hits it to center, and there's not going to be a tag. Understandably so. Jazz is not that fast. He's not Usain Bolt. 2 completely different countries, Jamaica and Bahamas, so let's not get that confused. Jason Dominguez, not batting too terribly. Never mind. I spoke a little too soon. Strikes out. He seems to have trouble with pitches high and low, especially if it's a breaking ball low. He'll swing and be over the top. He's not hitting as well as I would like to, but again, he's 22. We're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Ben Rice just absolutely swings and whiffs. And every pitch that he sees, a second strikeout of the game for him. DJ LeMahieu, oh my goodness, dude, you are a veteran. You've won batting titles in both leagues. Relax. As he plops this one over Vlad Guerrero's head into right field. The runner from second is coming around to score. That is Bellinger. Slides in, dude. Don't hurt yourself. Safe. As the Yankees take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 10th. Jazz Chisholm plops it up the middle. Through the middle of the infield in the center. That is a base hit. Runners will be on first and second for the captain. 301 hitting this season. Hits it in the right field. George Springer, despite the 35-year-old legs, believe me, I know from experience, ends up with essentially a sacrifice fly to advance LeMahieu to third. Austin Wells comes to the dish. So he misses the first pitch. It's all right. And swing and a miss at a slider. He really should have laid off. Dude, what were you looking for? You know, I appreciate DJ LeMahieu coming through in the clutch. He's actually not been that bad this season. As much as people have wanted me to get rid of him, it's not happening for really two reasons. One, you don't really have a replacement at third base, so
now pitching
really filling the role per se. And Cabrera can do it, obviously. He started off with the job at the beginning of the regular season. Perez is fine, but I don't really have anybody else to really replace him. And more importantly, per my franchise rules, he is a no-trade clause player because in real life he has a no-trade clause. Joey Lopperfido coming in at first, replacing Vlad Guerrero, which is a little strange as he's not that fast. And I hate the way the CPU plays bunt defense. So check swing on a sinker that honestly I would have preferred to keep that lower than where he threw it. And now the bunt is coming and it plops in front of Wells. Wells can't get it, and we can't cover the damn base. You don't have to take your mask off in order to get that. The ball is literally right in front of your eyes. Unless you're farsighted, then I get it. I know from experience. But come on, all you got to do is reach out and tag. We need more catcher animations, especially on bunts, because all you got to do is reach out for that and tag. Better, quicker tags. Ground ball to Volpe over to Chisholm, and that'll end the 10th inning. Ball game still tied at 1 apiece as we go into the 11th. Joey Lopperfido. Why did you replace Vlad with him? I don't understand that.
Number 57.
Like, y'all supposed to be paying this man a lot of money, according to rumors. This former Yankee Chad Green tosses a fastball, and it's going to get hit into left field. Runner is going to come around from second and slide in safe as the Yankees take the lead 2-1 off rookie Jason Dominguez. Big G. Ooh, swing and miss at a cutter right down the middle. I think Chad Green might be mad at him or something. Dude, did he pee in your Gatorade or something one time? Granted, he's an opponent, so you're going to challenge your former teammates. Pop up in the infield, and unfortunately, Giancarlo will have to go back to the bench. Volpe rolls over the top of a cutter, hit the third, over the second, back to first. It is in time. Damn, I thought Volpe was fast enough to outrun that one. Dominguez does give us the lead. We will call on Luke Weaver to hopefully get us the victory. 2.48 ERA. I like those numbers, but we're facing Maelstrom, who is very good with runners in scoring position. Knuckle curve hits the inside corner. Cut fastball outside. Good kind of waste pitch of sorts, but it does enough to get the chase. A bunt by Henneman, which is strange because he's not a bunter. Yeah, DJ, play inside. Play much closer to line. And no need to swing and miss at that one as he'll just stare at the cutter that hits the corner. And that is the second out of the inning. Can we get out of this with the victory? Ooh, just hit foul by Jimenez. Thought he was going to win it on that one. As he ends up getting jammed with yet another cutter, and he's able to muscle it into left field. The tying runner comes to the plate. The throw to second, not in time. You tend to forget that Dominguez does have a very strong arm, as it was, in there by maybe a centimeter, a couple centimeters, maybe some voodoo as the glove goes through a man's middle torso. It is what it is. Bo Bichette, I would say struggling this season, but he's not hitting for power like he did a couple of years ago. He's going to pop it up into the infield as he makes the catch. Tied again here in the top of the 12th as Bellinger smacks this to left field. And Volpe will retreat back to second. So nothing to show for it in that plate appearance. Rice rolls over a fastball. That'll advance Bellinger. And he'll be thrown out at first, which means the LeMahieu will have to come up clutch yet again in extra innings. And first pitch. Oh, my goodness. That slider way out of the zone. And, yeah, we're not going to run on that one. This backstop is just not that good. Not that big. It's not Oakland. And swinging a miss at a high heater, making it 1-2. Plus, Volpe's not that fast. Bloops it in the right field. It'll land just foul. Oh, man. I really thought LeMahieu was going to have that one. But full count. Hopefully he can show some patience and put something way off the zone. Here's the pitch, and muscles hit the first, and unfortunately, Lopperfido will step on the ball. dealing with the damn ghost runner, and he is the first batter. 0-1 pitch, hit to LeMahieu. That'll retreat the runner at second. And he'll be out at first. Now for the most recent free agent acquisition, Anthony Santander, 1 for 4 in today's ball game. 21st pitch is a knuckle curve that he's gotten the call on many times before. Not going to get it this time. Fastball hit to left. Dominguez might have been caught a little bit in that Toronto sky, and the runner will have to retreat back to second. Will Wagner takes the knuckle curve that I thought he would chase. He's not the best of hitters, let's be honest, and that means George Springer is in the on-deck circle. 3-2. Swing and a miss on the circle change. The Yankees get yet another chance to not just get a 1-run lead, maybe a 2, 3, 4-run lead. Bust this game wide open. We should not be this close with a team of this caliber. Jazz Chisholm happens to be listening to me. Smokes it deep to center field, right center that is, 409 feet. And yeah, he's going to do a little showboating. I mean, you know, baseball's a fun game, okay? All heads, don't get too upset by it, okay? You don't like what they doing, don't throw him a hittable pitch. As Jazz Chisholm has been honestly kind of cooking this year. And Dominguez follows it up with a deep fly ball to right field at about the same place. Hey, do you want a souvenir to about 12 feet back? Why is that not in kilometers? Or meters, as a matter of fact. As Devin Williams comes in to attempt to get the save, and he freaking walks the first guy versus George Springer. That leaves David Schneider, screwball. Oh my goodness, gets the inside corner. That is just disgusting. How are you supposed to even gauge when to swing at that thing? Another screwball hit to Rice. Rice goes to second. Volpe back to first, not in time. The runners at the corners here in the bottom of the 13th. Tyler Heineman grounded out twice, struck out twice, 2-1 count. Oh, come on, that's a strike, dog. What are y'all looking at? Bro, Northern Lights got your eyeballs messed up here in Canada? Is that what it is? Yeah, the healthcare's supposed to be good on vision, and Heineman actually takes the walk. So the bases will be juiced with 2 away. That means Jimenez can probably clear the bases with a double. First pitch, a cut fastball. High and inside for strike number 1. Next pitch, screwball. Of course, go back to old, reliable airbender and cutter that kind of just sails on him. Takes that one, and another screwball, this time low and inside for strike number 3, and the Yankees will pick up a 3-run victory. 5-2 here in the 13th inning. Williams gets save number 20. We have 14 hits. We should have had more than 5 runs. I don't know. I mean, I get we're not the type of team that runs the bases all that great, so, you know, we're very limited in what we can do in that aspect, and Clark Schmidt is not going to play in this ball game. Mind you, we are playing a crosstown rivalry, separated by a Whitestone Bridge. Well, depending on which way you go. As we face the Mets here at Citi Field, both teams around 500. Mets not doing nearly as well this season. As Mark Vientos is on an absolute tear this season. Probably the best hitting third baseman this year. Last game he played, 2 hits in 3 at-bats, scoring twice, a long ball, and 2 RBI. They really kind of lean on him, you know, in that 5 spot, right behind Pete Alonso, you know, to provide some power in the middle of the lineup. Tyler Meadow is going to get the start. Not the best of ERAs, but he's been solid. I think pitching has really been the Mets' issue this year, as they kind of cheaped out here and spent a little too much there. I don't know. But, you know, Uncle Stevie is going to definitely, you know, spend money as he feels like he needs to. As Chisholm flies out first. Plate appearance. Aaron Judge back behind him, just a penny under 300. Big G right behind him. Bellinger in the 4-hole. Peraza playing shortstop today. Reyes, Jackson, who is literally a one-body. Goldschmidt, and Trent Grisham. I know I sound disrespectful saying that. Alex Jackson is a one-body, but he just doesn't hit. He's a great defender. And a lot of teams carry a second catcher because they're at least a good defender. Aaron Judge, despite the shift, says shift this.
Third, the designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton.
That means Big G's going to come up with a runner on, and that is pretty dangerous. Now, it'd be more dangerous if Judge were a stolen base threat, but he's not. Not really. Still here and there, but we don't ask him to do a lot. He smacks this one into right field. Soto has to run, and ooh, Okay, Soto, you showing you got a little bit of glove, unlike what most people were saying in free agency. But that's okay. Cody Bellinger, whoa! Somehow dodges a pitch that nearly clanks him. Judge is sliding safe into second base on the wild pitch. And he hits this one deep in the right field. It should be a double and score. And oh, wow, it ends up tucking itself just inside the foul pole. That is probably the ugliest home run I have ever seen. That pitch was like at his ankles. He didn't hit it square. But, you know, Bellinger shows that he's got some pop and the Yankees lead 2-0. We will take it as he has struggled all of this season. He's kind of been underwhelming. The last 3-4 years, I don't even know anymore. Peraza, unfortunately, swings like a slider. He's not fast enough to get the first in time, so we'll move on. All right, Luis Hill is going to be replacing Clark Schmidt in today's game, and honestly, he's been pitching damn good. Under 2 ERA, under 1 whip, striking out guys at a 23.8% clip, and barely walking in the end. But he'll have to face the second runoff in the National League MVP from last year, and then he'll have to face second place in the American League MVP last year. So not a easy day to start this 4th of July. Hopefully we don't get any early fireworks, as no one will see it. It's too light outside. Strike number 3 is Hill comes in with a pumped fastball at 96. You tend to forget that even though he has 3 pitches, the fastball is the best one he has. And he can kind of spot it where the hell he wants to. You know, especially something that's not something that he's known for, especially considering his rookie year. And oh, damn, Soto hits this one deep in the right field. Judge can't seem to get to it. He bounces over the wall as an automatic double as the Mets call on Big Meat Pete. Not the polar bear. Nobody in New York calls him polar bear. I call him Big Meat Pete, because that's just, he hits like he got a big knee. Anyhow, ground ball to third, pause that, over to first, and that is about it. Again, Vientos actually is behind Nimmo. I thought Nimmo was 5th, nonetheless. Winker also is playing. Jose Siri, a great defensive player with some bop. Jeff McNeil is batting under 200, and you tend to forget he even won a batting title, as he just isn't hitting. He hasn't hit very well the last 2 seasons. As Brandon Nimmo, unfortunately, will be a victim of a strikeout, this time via the circle change. And swinging a miss is Pablo Reyes. Just can't seem to catch up to a fastball. Mark Vientos looking like he has the inside track to the third base all-star position, but he'll ground it to Chisholm over the first. As the Mets looking to get another hit, and this ball's going to get ripped right to Judge, right at him for the second out in the second. And Jose Siri, and not a good contact guy, but he definitely has some power as he hits this high, just not that far. Goldie almost limping there to get to where he needed to get the ball.
For the Yankees, left fielder.
Mets pitching, as I said earlier, definitely struggled this season. 5.68 ERA and a 1.63. Oh boy, in the last series that was against the Brewers. They went 1-2 against them, walking too many guys, giving up too many hits, and eventually things are just going to unravel. Your offense cannot catch up, just like Judge can't catch up to the fastball. And that'll end the 3rd inning. Heel back to the mound. Slider right on the outside corner. Alvarez sits there and stares at it and has some words with him. 3rd strikeout of the day. And Lindor comes back to the dish and lines it right at Aaron Judge. That's looking a little rough here. Us, we are playing pretty well. We're beating the teams we should be. Blue Jays winning 3 out of 4. A's 2 out of 3. And sweeping the Reds. The Reds are not really a bad team. The NL Central as a whole just isn't great. All right, Giancarlo Stanton up at the dish, top of the 4th, and he sends this one deep to left field. Oh my goodness, a second decker, 411 feet, his 10th home run. He's only been back a month, people. A single month. Remember, he started the season against the Mets, and a little over a month later, 6 weeks later, let's be honest, he's hit 10 home runs. We love to see it. Oh man, I honestly thought he was going to hit a triple decker at this point, but I'll take 411. It's all good, You know what the information is. It's a home run. Bellinger already got a home run earlier. Sends this one to straightaway center. Siri's going to have to chase it down. Listen, he's one of the better fielders in the center field
Leading
world.
off
So
for the
he's
Mets,
definitely going to be able to
right
hustle that
fielder,
one down. He's hella fast, I will admit.
Soto.
Soto, responsible for the Mets' only hit, and we will congratulate him. We're not going to be a hater on your 1,000th hit. As he hits this one to left field, Grisham is playing left field today. As Dominguez looks like he's getting the day off. I would have loved to have seen him play against these Mets. And Alonso will unfortunately fly one out to left field as well. As the Mets just seem to be uppercutting everything. I mean, I get the summer done started already, and you want to get as much air into the baseball as possible. The ball flies better in the heat, but you might want to get a little better contact as Goldie steps up. Swing and whiff. Oh my goodness, and it's sliding way out of the zone. Good pitch by Trevor Amigo. Fourth punch out of the day thus far. Under 60 pitches, and damn! Woo! Frank Grisham. I don't think I can hit with him. I don't know what it is. I just can't seem to hit with him. We'll see if that plays itself any better later on in the year. Peraza over to first. And man, he's a damn good fielder. I just wish he would hit. If he had hit better, he could have actually, locked in some more playing time. As Hill strikes out yet another Mets batter's fourth strikeout. Siri suffers the same fate this time on the slider to end the fifth. And damn, he is mowing them down. Chisholm says, I got you, bro. I got you. Sends it deep to center field. His now 20th home run. He has hit, my math is he's hit 25, 30 home runs since coming to the Yankees under a year ago. Remember, we traded for him in about July-ish, I believe. And Euro step in the layup. Good to go. Aaron Judge smacks this over Alonso's head. He was never getting that one. And Soto, oh no, you have to hustle to get a baseball. Did you forget about that when you signed with them? I mean, listen, if a team offers me over $100 million more than another team in money and perks, yeah, I'm going to take it too. But you're going to have to play defense out here until, I don't know, maybe Nimmo is gone or whoever the normal DH is for the Mets. If Bellinger will advance the runner from second to third as Peraza gets an opportunity. The driver running, he's going to need it, and smacks it up the middle. Lindor, diving attempt, can't get to it. That'll roll in the center, and the Yankees lead 5-0 so far.
Third baseman,
Lindor. Oh, gets pelted by a fastball. That was not intentional. Luis is not really interested in the city rivalry between these two teams. You just want to beat whoever's in front of him, and of course, Juan Soto, a perfect 1-for-1 in his career against the Yankees this year. Again, remember he got hurt in that first game. I think he tore a finger. No, he sprained a finger and just didn't play the rest of the series, and he'll swing and miss at a slider to strike out to end the sixth. I don't know if you have been paying attention, but this man has only given up one hit. One hit thus far on the 4th of July. Vientos hits this one to left field. This one might drop. Grisham chases it down and makes the over-the-shoulder catch to end the 7th. Still has not given up more than a singular hit. He might be on pace to look at some history right about now. Was that going to sub somebody out? I don't remember anymore. Doesn't matter. I think I thought about it. And Siri hits it into right field here in the 8th inning. As the Mets finally get a second hit, but they're down by 6, and they're going to need a huge rally. Look at those numbers. 77 pitches in 7 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 6 Ks, not a single walk thus far. McNeil floats this one into right field. Judge got a little caught up in the sun there. No, but he's going to make the catch. Alvarez is just not going to swing at the slider. And Francisco Lindor is in the on-deck circle. Was hit by a pitch. Alvarez might be the first walk. And nope, circle change. High in the zone, a very dangerous pitch is going to be floated to Judge. And through 8 innings, we are still looking at a shutout here on the 4th of July. And I'm not sure, is Boone going to let him go out there? It looks like it. Aaron Boone is going to let him go out there and pitch. Thank you for not being a punk and going about listening to the analytics. He is cooking right now. 89 pitches on the verge of what we would consider a Maddox. The under 100 complete game shutout, fly ball to left. And 1 pitch, 1 out. though. That's a little risky. Don't be hanging fastballs out there. This team does have some bop, in case you forgot. Juan Soto does have a hit in today's ball game. 98th pitch. Ground ball to Chisholm. Throw over to first without a problem. 1 out remaining from a shutout here of the New York Mets here on the 4th of July. That means Pete Alonso, who is second all time in home runs in Mets history, about 10 behind Darryl Strawberry, hits this one up the middle. Chaz Chisholm can't get to it. We're going to go another batter. Hopefully Booney's not going to pull him at this point in time. Needs 1 pitch, 1 out, and is not going to get it. So the Maddox is not going to happen, but we still can get the complete game. Pitch 101, high fastball, fouled off by Nimmo. And hopefully they're not warming anybody up in the bullpen. Circle change, he's starting to lose a little bit of his control. Pitch 102, now 103, fly ball to shallow center. Bellinger's going to make the catch, and the Mets have been shut out. Luis Hill with the first complete game shutout of the Mets at home in 11 years. Masahiro Tanaka, the last one, pitched 9 innings and not give up a singular run, and he picks up his 3rd victory this season. He has been absolutely killer to have. Granted, he just came back about a month ago, and we hope this hot start continues. Clark Schmidt, it turns out, is going to be fine.
Now
We'll keep him
batting,
in the rotation.
catcher,
All right,
Austin
next game against the
Wells.
Mets. Facing Sharmanai, bases loaded, Austin Wells. Chopper up the middle to Acuna. Acuna over the rim, but unfortunately, bases loaded did not matter at this present
next
time.
for
We
the
jump ahead
Mets,
to the bottom of the third, where Acuna is going to hit the slider deep to right field. Judge makes the catch. Runner from second tags the throw. This should be in time. Just off by
Right fielder,
a couple
Juan
inches.
Soto.
So Juan Soto will step up to the dish. They already struck out this game. Won 5 in the series, so much for that 1-1 against the Yankees thus far. As Mr. Met, Mr. Red Ripoff, tries to hype the crowd up, and unfortunately it hit Soto with a pitch. That means bases loaded for Mark Vientos. And he hits this one down the line. Bounces just there. Wow. Dominguez will come up with the ball, throw it in, and it's not going to matter. 2 runs will score. Mets lead 2-1. Now Rodon will face Pete Alonso, one of the better RBI guys in the league, especially this season. Strikes out looking at a cut fastball. That means Lindor comes to the dish facing the lefty, and cut fastball low in the zone, as maybe Lindor is looking for something straighter than that.
Now batting,
And it just
first
didn't come to
baseman,
fruition.
Paul
Paul
Goldschmidt.
Goldschmidt not hitting very well. You know what? It's kind of not surprising. He's batting .203 thus far this season. Ground ball second to first and through 6. They are still down
Leading
to
off
the
for
New
the
York Mets.
Yankees,
In
the
the 8th, still
designated
down.
hitter,
This time by 1. Now
Giancarlo
Giancarlo
Stanton.
has hit another home run early in the ballgame. Whips out a sinker. And 2-2 is going to get ripped into left field. Sweeper, as a matter of fact. And because Stanton is so damn slow, I'm not going to risk it. We'll just end up with a long
Running at
single.
first for the
We'll
Yankees,
replace him with Jazz
number
Chisholm
13.
running the base pass. And he's going to take a cutter, hit it deep to center. As not sure who that is in center. They'll make the catch anyway. That is the first out here in the 8th as Yankees try to make a comeback. Dominguez swinging and miss at a sweeper just right below the zone. I mean, hitting lefties is not a strong suit, but come on, you got to be a little more patient and know what to look for. It comes with time. As LeMahieu swing and a miss. Speaking of time, he spent a lot of time in the league. You would think he wouldn't swing with that trash. But in
Leading
the 8th
off
inning,
for the
they were still
Yankees,
down by
first baseman,
by 1 here in the 9th. Edwin Diaz. I guess they don't have his trumpets anymore. Again, it might be running in critical situations at this present moment, but you would think they'd at least show that for the presentation. Not already paid for the music last year, just pay for it again. Paul Goldschmidt swing and a miss at the slider. Man, you just can't seem to buy a hit this far. And Trent Grisham's like, hold on.
pitch hitting for the Yankees.
We're going to go Cody
number
Bellinger
5,
off the
Cody
bench.
Bellinger.
215 average, 640 OPS. Not great. Swing and a miss at a two-seam fastball. The bat doesn't have Swiss cheese holes in it, bro. It's just been your game for the past, several seasons, it feels like. slider on the outside corner. Just plop that the other way like you've been doing a decent amount of the time this year. And another ball fouled off, a 2-seam, and this time this 4-seam is going to get popped up in the shallow left. Lindor will make the catch. The Mets are an out away from picking up a victory against the New York Yankees. Of course, Lindor, I'll let him know, it's 2 outs. You don't want a Luis Castillo situation. Oh, did I say that? I did. Paulo Reyes going to lay off a slider, and then a fastball inside comes in about the same spot. It is going to be caught underhanded, and the Mets will pick up this victory 4-3 in 9 innings. Mark Leiter, unfortunately, gets the L coming out of the pen. Volpe had a pretty good game. I really, you know what, I can't be mad because sometimes you're just going to lose games like this here and there. And we got some time to set some scouting assignments. I don't feel like I've done the best of jobs with scouting, but there are some guys that I want to look at. Caleb Groniger, a catcher. I know we might not need a catcher, but I'm not against having a catcher that might be able to hit, as Groniger also can throw decently, unless our scouts are absolutely wrong. Might have some solid arm strength. Probably be one of the better ones in the organization. Alan Whitaker, a relief pitcher. Yes, I scout relief pitchers because you can't always find a reliever that's good in the free agent bin, so sometimes you got to develop them yourself. Decent pitch mix. Lee Bunning, he can hit. He's got solid vision. He's a pretty good to, if not great fielder. We are definitely going to need to work on that arm, and he might be fast, and we're going to need that in future years. Judge is not always going to be able to play in the outfield. He's going to move to first base at some point. Don't know when that's going to happen. Kind of depends on a lot of different things in the organization. And Carlos Pereira is going to be someone we will take a further look at, as well as Alan Whitaker. His potential could be high. It also could be terrible. Ernesto Arroyo from Indiana might be a solid guy. Could be a power bat at third base. And may need to just work on his fielding before he is a future third baseman for us. Don't really have a whole lot to really show. I don't know. I really don't feel like I've done a great job, especially discovery-wise. I also don't care for the fact that sometimes discovery finds nobody. As we jump into a bases-loaded situation, DJ LeMahieu is going to rip the slider to shallow left center, and the runner from third is just going to stay put. Probably a smart move, given that's more than likely Jose Siri out there in center. Grisham has been hitting well all season, but he swings and misses at a drop third strike. Alvarez takes the less effort play.
Batting 8th,
what do you know? Clay Holmes is on the mound. Max Fried on the mound for us. Bases loaded this time in the other direction. And Acuna stares at a 4-seam fastball. Oh, come on, young man. Come on. You got to always be geared up for the fastball. You know better than that. I'm sure your brother didn't taught you something. And Siri steps up. Been hitting pretty well. I'm sorry that my battery is low, bro. I play this game a lot. Fastball high in the zone. His Max Fried is like, my battery ain't low. I'll keep pitching all damn game if you let me. And we do pick up said victory 6-2. We take the series. Matter of fact, we took both series against the Mets. Now, does that really matter as far as the rivalry? Not really. But Jazz Chisholm did have yet another good game. Home run and 3 RBI. Giancarlo Stanton a homer. Grisham a homer. And Volpe 1 for 4. All right. Another trade is on the books. A big one, in my opinion. The Chicago Cubs are trading for Luis Robert Jr. Now, we don't know if Robert's really going anywhere. The White Sox might just keep paying him a little bit of money and giving him nothing to really show for it up until age 30, when they just let him go on free agency and just take the draft pick. So I figured this is a fair enough deal. The White Sox get a young outfielder to replace Robert. They also get a starter in Ben Brown, though he's only played a couple of games. The White Sox were adamant they wanted a starter that is young, similar to Garrett Crochet, and that they'll have control of for several years. Now, Robert's not getting paid much, and the the Cubs aren't really looking to spend much money. Bobby Dahlbeck is rumored to be in the middle of this trade. He's had a good season, but it was a long time ago, it feels like. And the Cubs do need a third baseman. You know what? On second thought, he won't be a part of that trade. Josh Rojas allegedly is going to be a part of it. Let me know if you think that was a fair trade or not. Check out the rest of the playlist below.